Personally, the reason I ventured into this journey of making my own skincare product was because I grew up with eczema and it was manageable while I was alone. It's hereditary from my dad. So we all have eczema in our family. When I started getting my own kids, they also came with eczema. And unfortunately for them, it was a bit severe. Welcome back to Camray Formulation Academy. So have you ever thought of making your own skincare product? And chances are you don't even know where to start. Like one day you're just sitting by yourself and thought probably you have a pain point, you have something that you want to try out, and then you are thinking to yourself, probably I want to make my own skincare product. I want to make skincare for my family, for my friends. Like this is something that you truly feel like you want to pursue, and then you don't know how should I start it. Because probably you have Googled, you have checked websites, you have checked online, there are so many products out there. There are so many ingredients. There are so many oils, butters. You don't know where to start. Then this is the place you should be. So the first thing that I'll go out and ask you, because this is a thought that has crossed your mind, is why? Why do you want to make your own skincare product? First of all, this is probably the first question that you should probably ask yourself. Like, why? Personally, the reason I ventured into this journey of making my own skincare product was because I grew up with eczema and it was manageable while I was alone. Since my eczema is mild, so it's hereditary from my dad. So we all have eczema in our family. Hence, since we saw what my dad used to do, he used to have a lot of steroids. He used to have to apply a lot of steroid cream when we were growing up. It worked momentarily. Then growing up, I started learning about organic ingredients, organic oils, coconut, cold pressed oils. It was manageable at that time. However, when I started getting my own kids, they also came with eczema. And unfortunately for them, it was a bit severe. So that is what led me to do a lot of research and I found myself in this rabbit hole. So for you, this is not about you. What is really that one thing that brings you into making your own skincare product? This is what I lay down as a foundation. First of all, for those who don't know me, I'm Betty Moraoko. I'm a skincare formulator certified. I've been making formulations since 2019, both skincare and hair care formulations. So I've been doing this quite a while and I'm out here to help someone who wants to venture into the same rabbit hole that I'm in. So when you're making your own formulation, one thing that I need you to understand, making formulation is not a cheap hobby. It's a very expensive hobby. However, it's a very satisfying hobby at the same time. So the first thing that I'll ask you is, you're making your own skincare. What niche exactly do you want to venture in? Because let's say you're making luxurious body oils. Are you making luxurious body butters? Do you want to make creams? Do you want to make lotions? Do you want to make serum? What exactly do you want to make? Let's start there. For instance, I started as simple as oils and butters. That is where I started. For those who have supported me since 2019, I still have many of those clients with me. You know where we started and where we are at this point. So we just started with butters and oils for children with eczema. That is where we started at. Then we started the emulsions, the formulations. Then everything came along. So for a new beginner, I'll advise you to start small. Keep it simple. The simple, the better. That is my motto here. I always keep it simple at any given time. So collect your oils, collect your butters. But first, do research. That is where I'll start from. Because as I'm seated here, I even have a lot of documents so that because I don't want to miss anything, I don't want you to miss anything. I want to share everything that I can with you. Because kwanza kabisa, you have not started anything. Like you have not bought anything, you're just new. All you have is this desire, this burning desire, like I want to make my own product. I feel like I need to go green, I need to go eco-certified. There are people who are very much into organics, including me. So probably you're like, let me go back to basics. So this is where I'll start from. Know your ingredients. And I'll help you with that in the next video. Like know your ingredients. What exactly do you need? Then basics, basics, basics. Always start with the basics, like local. At times, you might be tempted to import some of the things But when you're starting small, I'll advise you to start buying everything as locally as possible, so that you put your prices down, you can easily access whatever you want to use. And then you need to decide, do you want to start with skincare? Do you want to start with hair care? Do you want to start with makeup? Reason being, when I initially started, I was very much excited when I started learning. So I went to school, did my skincare course, then I did my hair care course. Then eventually later on, I did makeup. Actually, I enrolled in makeup classes. I took around 4 modules, then I dropped out. Not because it was hard, but because I realized makeup is not my thing. Like, on a personal level, I've only done full makeup, I think, thrice in my life. So I realized probably I won't do it justice because I'm not familiar with it. So that is also one of the things. Like, if you're not familiar with something, don't venture into it. That's the easiest. Like, I felt I'm not familiar with makeup. I felt like I don't understand makeup steps. I don't understand anything when it comes to makeup. And since I'm not a big user of makeup, I decided, you know what, I don't think I'll be the best voice in this space. So I simply just dropped out of those classes. Yes, I still have the notes. If you're interested, feel free to DM or anything. But that was not my thing. I knew that from the word go. So that is also one of the things. So when you buy ingredients, so you end up buying a lot of stuff that you also end up throwing. Like, that is just one of my experiences. And then I'll advise you not to buy bulk. When you're starting, keep it small. Avoid buying bulk at any given time. Don't buy gallons. Okay, I know you'll be tempted. You'll ask yourself, let's say you're buying a liter of coconuts or even a liter of shea butter. When you buy from suppliers, they'll charge you even from anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000. And then you'll see that if you buy 20 liters or 20 kgs, you kind of get 900 or even whatever percentage in terms of grams. You'll be tempted to go bulk, but don't, because you'll end up throwing all that ingredient if you don't like it at the end of the day. So keep it simple, keep it small, start small. Then the other thing that I recommend is, before you buy anything, ask yourself, is this what you truly need? Is this what the people around you need? Like, what I mean is, when you see fancy stuff, like you see a fancy weighing scale, there are people who get really excited when they start seeing a lot of fancy things. Before you buy anything, take like 2-3 days, think about it, ask yourself if it is really something that you need. If you truly need it after 2-3 days, then buy it. If you don't need it, leave it alone. Then when it comes to equipment, I shared a video on the equipment you need in the laboratory. Probably I'll link the video on this one so that you can go back and check on it. So that one will give you an overview of what you just require to start in the lab. Then basically I'll ask you also, before you venture into this hobby, put in mind that you'll fail so many times. Most of us we are not, how do I put it? Our academic system has designed us to always win, to always thrive, to always be the best. However, when you are in this journey, when you venture into this journey, like the business journey or just the formulation journey, or whatever creativity that you want to venture into, one thing that you should learn is that you'll fail. It's okay to fail. You'll fail so many times. Like, in out of 5, 4 of those formulations will fail. The 5th one will turn out great. So don't give up. That is what I just want to say. Don't give up. Keep trying, keep experimenting, have fun with it. Then put your own creativity into it. Look up for new innovations. Keep researching. Like, this journey is not a one-time thing. Like, whatever I'll share with you in terms of formulation, in terms of beginner's journey, that is just like 1% out of it. You still have to study, you still have to learn, you still have to improve yourself. It's a never-ending journey. So don't give up. Start small, start from somewhere. So if you feel like this is a venture that you want to go into and you're still very much interested in starting your own formulation, starting making for your own products, understanding what goes into your products, then stick with us. Subscribe, turn on notification bell, and then let's start the journey. Welcome to Camray Formulation Academy once again.